Hey folks, Twilight here, and welcome to another game of Let's Play Twilight Struggle. This is a digital adaptation of one of the greatest board games out there, two-player game about the Cold War. In the last video we recorded, I played as the Soviets, and because of a misunderstanding about the rules of one of the cards, ended up performing DEFCON suicide. So hopefully that won't happen again. I will go ahead and give the US an influence handicap, so they'll get a boost over here, because I think we were doing fairly well last game. I think we could have won with ease if I hadn't misunderstood the card. Just to talk about it, if we go, is it settings, card gallery, and specifically the card was, which one was it? Grain sale to the Soviets. So I read it like a bunch of times, and I thought, okay, I planned it out so I would have no cards in my hand. And I was like, okay, if they have no cards, I can use this card to conduct operation normally. No, but it's the US gets to use this card to do an operation. So they did a coup while the DEFCON was at 2, and on my turn, so therefore I got booped from that. But now we understand how that works. So we're gonna go back in, yes, and we're gonna play a game here. We'll give them the boost to the handicap. But we're gonna play as the Soviets again because we did lose last time, and that shall not stand. All right, our first influence. We're gonna go ahead and do the standard opener. 1 to Germany, 4 to Poland. By the way, if you don't know what's going on, make sure to check the previous video. It's way more tutorial here. I'm gonna try to go a lot faster and explain a little bit less. US standard opener, but then the US is going to have 2 extra influence to put down because of the handicap. He's going to put 1 in Iran. He'll probably put 1 in Panama. Stay tuned for this, just to make it a little harder for the coup. He has to put it somewhere where he already has influence. That's one of the things. He could go and overprotect Germany. That could be a possibility as well. Oh, he just put 2 in South Korea. Interesting. Fairly legit. We also don't know what's in the hand. So, select a card to headline. So this will be an event that will fire. We have a lot of American cards in our hand, which is kind of annoying. Do we just want to headline the Warsaw Pact, put tons of stuff into Eastern Europe, and just be kind of scary? I wonder if we could set something up where we can safely play the Truman Doctrine? Uncontrolled. At 5, no more than 2 per country. So I could put 2 in Yugoslavia. No, he could still eat Finland. Just remove everything, which we don't want. We either, okay, or we put 2 in Yugoslavia to keep it, and then we just put 1 in a bunch of things. So the best Truman could do is remove 1 thing. That might be an okay way to sort of open. Oh, we got this US-Japan Mutual Defense Pact. It does give America 3 influence in Japan when I play it, make it immune to coups as well. And headline captured Nazi scientist. I mean, it's a weak card at only 1 op point. So maybe it's okay. It'll give me 2 victory points. Could open up with Middle East scoring, but I think we're actually going to be in a pretty good place to make some points in the Middle East. Okay, I'll go ahead and headline this. CIA created, so he's going to get to see my hand, so he'll know I have Middle East scoring. And then he gets to play a 1-op, as if he does a 1-op card, so he could use it to sneak in an extra early coup of some kind, or just put down influence somewhere. We'll see what he chooses to do. He's going to put an influence in Iran. Okay, there you go. We get our space race, you get the 2 points, that's going to be fine. And now we are going to coup Iran and try to knock him out of that. It's going to be pretty important to succeed. I'm actually going to use the China card for a coup over here. That's a pretty weak success. So he might just coup me back here, and we might just go back and forth on Iran, especially knowing that I have the Middle East scoring card here. So it'll degrade it to 3, then I'll degrade it to 2, and at least that'll be it for the battleground coups. Bum, 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 bum. Marshall Plan for influence. That's a lot of influence. Okay, he's taken all of France. We might be able to de Gaulle him out of that later on. And I think he put it in Lebanon. So I think the thing to do now is I'm going to play this for another coup attempt. Oh, he's going to still have 1 on his turn. How do I feel about that? I'd be okay. Or, hold on. What am I doing? I don't have to coup Iran. I have Iran. So I can just do this. And then maybe Iraq too. That seems okay. This is fine. This will give him 1 influence in Yugoslavia. We can just eat that now. It's fine. Oh, big coup. 4-point coup in Iran. Okay, he didn't succeed enough though. That's actually really good for me. I may want to do another coup if I can, just to prevent him from doing anything else, which I guess would be coupping Panama. How do I feel about just running this? Maybe okay. Run 5-year plan, it'll trigger thing. I'm wondering about a monstrous coup in Panama of just running this. What about independent red? If I do this... so it's got a 66% chance of removing all of his influence, and it's got a 50% chance of giving me some presence. It would be really good to get some presence here so that we can start spreading. I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do a big coup here. Really... Okay, we got to roll the 6. So we got overkill. But we're not really locked into Central America. There's not a whole heck of a lot they could do. They get their 3 influence there. We can't coup Japan, and that's okay. We're never really planning on doing that anyway. I think maybe we can't realign it either. Coup or realignment rolls. But that, I don't really care. The 3 influence is pretty good for him, but that's about it. Now, this doesn't help us get in a better position for Middle East scoring. But he can't coup us again here. So he's going to do a realignment. That's interesting. Because I was going to say, he's got no bonuses to his roll. He's going to roll twice. He's got to beat me in a die roll. I have a +1. Depending on how much he beats me at, that's how he's going to remove it. But even if he wins, it's very unlikely that he can remove enough. Well, he can't actually remove me completely. If he rolls a 6... Oh, no. If he rolls a 6, I roll a 1. No, I get a +1, so I'd still have 1 left over. Did he stop realigning? No, he must have tried a second time. He should have had 2 realignments. Why would he only try once? What? Okay. I mean, I'm kind of okay with 5-year plan triggering something. If I go and take Iran and take Syria, I'll have domination. Because I'll have more battlegrounds than he does, and more countries in general, and I have 1 non-battleground. Even if he breaks either Iran or Iraq, I will still have more battlegrounds than he does, because he doesn't have control over any. So we'll still have domination. So unless he flips one of them completely, we can Middle East scoring next turn for a fair amount of points. And then I'm kind of going to be okay to just dump a 5-year plan here. The funny thing is, if I Truman Doctrine and he pulls out of Yugoslavia, independent runs won't do anything. Now, in theory, the AI should know that I've got it. Oh, we only got 2 turns. One of them has to be Middle East scoring. Okay, I'll do it now then. Before he plays something that might screw us up. 4 points is pretty good. This is definitely not the sort of numbers the US wants to see right now, but he's got a little bit of time to make up for it. The US wants to end the early war phase, these first 3 rounds here, without being too far into the negatives. Oh, he is going to score a bunch of points in Europe, which I did not see coming, actually. Okay. Oh, that's why he grabbed France, of course, that makes sense. So, either one of these... So this will give him 1 point in Yugoslavia, or it'll pull out 1 point in either Yugoslavia or Finland. I think I kind of want... I kind of want this to pull Truman Doctrine. We'll do this. We'll resolve the event first. Hold on. Card US associated event. The event occurs immediately. Card is at USSR, event, or event to both. It gets discarded without triggering the event. DEFCON warning, because it's letting me know. Now I'm really paranoid after last time. Because it's saying, oh, it's at 2. If you pull a card that could trigger a DEFCON drop, you could just lose. But this doesn't affect the DEFCON. This doesn't. You can't just use the card as is, not like last time, right? I think we're okay. So it's going to trigger independent Reds, so he's just going to put himself in influence in Yugoslavia. Okay, and then we can use our card for whatever we want. We could realign Israel. We'd both get a +1 to our rolls. Oh, no, I can't, because no realignments and coups in the Middle East right now. Can't coup Angola. I could spread some influence over here. I think we will use you for influence. Now, Asia hasn't actually been scored yet. If I grab Pakistan here. And then I could overprotect a place. Or I could put a point in Israel so that I can expand past there. Again, we've got Nasser to maybe give us a route into Egypt, though. I could start working towards the mid-war by just spreading influence in South America right now, but, I mean, it's round 1. I think that's a little early. Asia hasn't been scored. I feel like the right move is to get a little bit more going on in Asia. I mean, you shouldn't be able to war me here. Yeah, okay. One point in Afghanistan. Alright, so his final play. He's going to play... Oh, he's spacing decolonization. Now, that's interesting. We talked about it last game. So, decolonization is one of the most important cards for the Soviets early on. The fact that he didn't hold on to it, the fact that he spaced it, means on turn 3, when there's a reshuffle, there's a chance I will get it at that point, or he'll have to deal with it a second time. I mean, spacing it's pretty good. You don't want that event to fire as the US, no matter what you do. But this does give us an opportunity to maybe have that happen. Destalinization is a good way for us to move into Africa and the Americas here. Now, we've got Panama, so we've got that. We don't have any presence really in the Africa yet. We could headline destalinization, pull out the guy from Finland. We could even pull out the one from Yugoslavia, because we're not really using this as anything right now. Where else would we pull something out? We could remove the one from Afghanistan. We've got an extra one, say, in Poland. I could pull one out, and then, yeah, we could just spread out, especially in Africa, to sort of, you know, get through the front line here. It may be worthwhile. The other thing that could be good is de Gaulle leads France. So this is a 3-point swing in France without having to worry about the cost of breaking his control. Europe has already been scored. Asia has not. We've also got socialist government to be able to remove influence over here. What I might do... I'd have to play them for events. I was going to say, play both these for events late in the game. I don't know. What about Suez Crisis? Actually, that would be pretty much the sweet spot right now. Because we could remove the one influence in Israel, 2 from France, 1 from the UK. They're all pretty strong moves, actually. Yeah, we still have the Truman Doctrine. The other thing we could do is just ditch this. He'd get to pull one of our influence out here, but who cares, really? I think I like socialist governments, especially since it's not removed from the game. So if we run this, we'll be able to play it a second time at some point. So let's make sure to get this going. Indo-Pakistani War is going to trigger. It's going to trigger second, but he's going to try to war on Pakistan and clear it out. But yeah, 2 from France. I could remove 1 from Italy to make it easier to break, or West Germany, which would break it. Actually, let's do that, because he's going to be forced to put things back in, like, quite quickly here. The war is successful, so he's flipped Pakistan over to him, which does block me out of a Western Asia over here, which is bad because the Asia cards probably come up. Plus, he's got the China card. Well, let's... actually, maybe I should have just primed this. Well, I'm going to prime it now, because whether I play it for influence or play it for the event... Oh, unless I want to coup first. Yes, hold on. Why don't we just coup Pakistan? I don't know if I'm worried about this. Suez Crisis. I mean, could still pull 4 out. So this is a 3-point swing. We've already broken you. Okay, I'm going to spend de Gaulle. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to do that. Oh, hold on. I can't coup Asia because of the DEFCON level. Dang. Okay. I can't coup or reline anywhere in there. We could do the Middle East, but there's less point in it. I would like to do a coup to bring down DEFCON. Maybe what we'll just do is target Angola. And we don't need a power card for that. Asia's still going to happen. Duck and cover and give them a bunch of victory points. Actually, let's do a coup with this. Fairly easy chance to succeed. Okay, well, that sucks, because we really needed a presence in Africa, not just removing that. But we'll do this. He'll pull out one. Done. That only gave us 1 Milops as well, actually. So we're still a little bit behind there. That I may have done that entirely wrong from the start. Kind of feel like it's probably true. If he scores Asia now, he'll get 6 points. Nope. Okay, that's good. So this gives me presence in Vietnam, but it's not a battleground. We have really no way out of this. We'll break South Korea. We'll get North Korea. Still a pretty big swing, though, if he plays it now. If I play the Vietnam Revolt, I'll be adjacent to Thailand, so I could spread to that next turn instead. I could use de-Stalinization. Number 2 influence may be placed in the same country. It'd be enough to take Thailand, though? Okay. I'm going to play this event. Pull out of Finland, one there, and Afghanistan. We'll put 2 in Thailand. Oh, it has to be uncontrolled countries, right. I'm gonna get Vietnam regardless next turn. Let's just put you back in North Korea. Okay. Still 5-point move if he plays it right now. What are you doing, AI? Always use its maximum time, even if it's got really no decision to make. Alright, some influence points. Okay. One, two, three. Yeah, we need to break South Korea so he doesn't get that. Thing is, I gotta assume he doesn't have the Asia scoring card, because otherwise he probably would have done it by now. So, if I play everything on an ops card in Southeast Asia specifically, I'd get +1, which actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered for the de-Stalinization, but might now, because I could overprotect Thailand, put 2 in Malaysia, put 1 in Burma. There's the China card, so he does have that. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. This is fine. And yeah, we'll overprotect here. I'll move to Burma. I guess you could coup me here if I just play 1. Other than that, I don't think that's that dangerous. Let's do this because it'll open me up in a few different angles. Still 6 points in Asia for him. A successful Pakistan war was pretty rough there. Okay, blockade, so he's going to be forced to... Ooh, he didn't discard something that plays 3 or more, so he's lost everything in West Germany. Yeah, that's not going to be enough of a shift. Break India. That doesn't really... I mean, he's got too many battlegrounds. There we go. That would break domination. I'd like to put it in West Germany here, but no. Let's go ahead and do this. because the Southeast Asia's in our deck now at some point. No, sorry, I'm getting confused between games. It's not in there yet. But Asia is. So he's either got in his hand now. If he doesn't, we're going to have it in our hand next turn. So Asia is going to get scored. It's the next one. Nasser is going to get played, so that gives us influence in Egypt. It doesn't remove anything from Egypt. He's going to play, for instance, probably in India? No, not in India. Oh, he's trying to rebuild West Germany. I'm going to play this and start triggering NORAD. So once the US has control of Canada, NORAD does some pretty crazy good stuff for him. But he doesn't right now, so that's okay. What I might want to do is grab a Libya, just in case he coups me out of Egypt. Although, theoretically, we should be able to prevent him from coupping me in Egypt. The other thing I could do is I could use this to coup a non-battleground, just to make sure I got the mill ops, because right now I'm going to lose 1 point. That being said, I don't see much point in that. If it's anything, the thing to do is just to make sure he can't do too much in Asia. On my turn, let's see, it's going to be DEFCON 3. So yeah, I won't be able to do coups in Asia. So I won't be able to coup Pakistan or anything next turn. And since, again, one of us is going to have the Asia scoring card next turn, let's break Pakistan. That's one. I have one more influence. I could use it to overprotect, say, North Korea. I could use this to bring this closer to my side. But I think what I want to do is... Oh, there's also the idea of the Sudan, so I can start walking down here. Maybe. Since I have no presence here. Although I can coup... Yeah, because I can't coup here. I'm going to be coupping somewhere in Africa and starting to move forward there. I'm going to put a point into West Germany. Although I might want to buffer in more of these places. But I want to make it harder for him to gain control over that. And this gives me a way to maybe move on France. So yeah, NORAD is in play. If we get Quagmire, it'll go away. Okay, Comecon. That's interesting. So yeah, I can place one influence. So I'll go ahead and I'll get Germany and Poland protected. There's no longer the Truman Doctrine. So if I end up with something like 2 here, it's... Oh, sorry, right, Yugoslavia. Okay, let's do that just to get some sort of presence going on. That's going to be okay. And then maybe Bulgaria, so I have an option of going into Turkey. Sure. And what he's going to do with his 3 points. Alright, regain control over there. Yeah, I may have wanted a bit more of a buffer. So he's getting a point because I didn't spend all my mill ops. And he's ahead on points right now in the early game, which is not where you want to be.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out.
Alright, so turn 3, so we're going to draw the rest of the cards. So one of us is drawing the Asia scoring right now. There it is. Then it's going to reshuffle the discard pile and finish drawing the rest. I also have Middle East scoring. Okay. Now, Middle East I can score right now for 5. Asia I would lose, but I've got it, so I know when to do it. I've got the China card, which is also good. Okay, there's 2 things. I'm tempted to headline Middle East, so we can score it right away before anything changes. On the other hand, Red Scare/Purge is really good. He gets -1 ops for the entire turn. And it is really good. I think we have to headline this. He's headlining NATO, so I can't coup or realign. Huh? Wait. Why did the AI play this? You can only trigger this event, and this event's only playable if Marshall Plan or Warsaw Pact has been played. And neither one of... Wow, the AI should not have done that. Unless it has a really weird hand, and it threw that away as a neutral, but then why wouldn't you just play it for the 4? That's... Unless I'm misreading something that's happened here, the AI just made like an apocalyptically bad play. I'm used to the AI, I mean, the AI is not being a top level player, but I'm used to seeing the AI being relatively solid. I don't know. Him having control over Lebanon does protect him a little from the Arab-Israeli war, because it's going to give me -1. I could pop Lebanon. We can score some things. I think the thing to do is we need to coup to bring the DEFCON down a little bit. What if we just coup Lebanon? That's not going to bring the DEFCON down. Never mind. I think what I do is I do something like coup Zaire. I mean, I could attempt it to in Israel, but it's too stable. I don't need to play De Gaulle leads France. This has some possibilities, maybe. Although I don't need a 3-point coup. Now, you know what? This is going to be fine. I'm going to coup with you. We'll coup Zaire. Get some influence, bring it down to 2, so you can't coup a battleground. And you've got -1 to all your ops values. That affects everything. Influence, coups, it affects the cost of something for the space race. If Quagmire was out, it would affect that. Like, he's going to have a really bad turn. All right, he's got a he's got, like, all the 4-pointers. Apparently, he could just headline one blindly. Okay, we do have the Asia scoring. He knows it. I know it. We don't know if Middle East is... He doesn't know that Middle East is my hand. And I don't know if he's got Europe or not. Because it was reshuffled. They may have just simply not been drawn. We definitely have to compete hard over here, which is what we're going to do. Could break Pakistan. One more influence. We either put it in here to make it harder for him to retake it, or we put him in here to make it harder for him to break it. I think I put another one here. Now, I want to play Middle East scoring while it's valuable, but yeah, we got to get a little involved in Asia here. He could also have the Southeast Asia scoring card. Although if he did, I don't think he would have gone here. I think he would have challenged a bit down here if he could. All right, playing that for influence. He's going to rebuild Pakistan. Although, yeah, it was a -1 card. Remember that. So he does get Pakistan back, which is super annoying. Because he's back to domination here. I mean, he's got to spend a 3 ops card to take it back. So, you know, I'm having to pay extra to break the control, but still. Fidel, all right, so Fidel's going to give me the influence in Cuba. Woo! I need a non-battleground over here. Okay, you know what? Put in 1. Okay. So yeah, we have 3 actions left. We have 2 scoring cards. Just like an UN intervention, the duck and cover. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to play this, which then lets me play another card without triggering its event, which is nice, because we've been holding on this forever. We'll place influence. 1, 2, 3. Pakistan's ours. Doesn't really do much for the scoring, but now he's got to pay a lot to break it. He can't get Pakistan back on his side. And we can play Asia for 0 points. And the other 2, and we'll just hold on to the Cambridge 5. If you play something that causes me, like, play or discard something weirdly from my hand, that could lead to oddness, but we're going to be okay. 5-year plan for influence. Now, the question is, do I play Middle East or Asia? I mean, Asia's worth 0. Middle East is worth 5. Can he do anything to flip the situation in the Middle East anytime soon? No, because he can't coup. He could coup Syria. If he did that, that would break my domination, because I wouldn't have a non-battleground, and it would cost me 2 points. On the other hand, well, actually, if he just breaks Pakistan, nothing happens. We're about the same. Yeah, I'll play the Middle East scoring first. He's gonna be like, what? All this fighting over Asia and it's Middle East? Except he still knows Asia's in my hand. Well, assuming... Oh, Europe scoring is triggered, although no points there. 1 for me, in fact. Huh. Unexpected. Alright, we'll play this. Now, so this is the end of the early war. We're only had 3 points. As the Soviets, that is not really where you want to be. We're going to get 3 in Romania here, which, hey, would give us domination over Europe now. Too bad it just got scored. And then put down influence in Greece. Oh, he didn't have the mill ops either, so 2 extra points. Okay, a 5-point lead at the end of the early war isn't bad. It's not Stupendous. Again, the US gets more and more and more power as the game goes on. The biggest strength of the Soviets is incredible tempo at the start, and that's gone. Now, we do have a lot of R-vents in here, which is kind of nice. Lone gunmen can sometimes... Yeah, no, if I play it, doesn't really... doesn't cause DEFCON suicide. Alright, set the DEFCON to anything. Junta, we can play this. Gain some influence in South America. Now, these scoring cards are in the game now. So, Asia's been scored, Middle East has been scored. Southeast Asia has not. But I've got good control there. So, really, it's a question of fighting for the Americas / Africa over here. We could headline Che, but this lets us coup non-battleground places, which isn't going to be very helpful. How about we just headline the Brezhnev Doctrine over here to give us +1 ops? Yeah, I like it. So we're going to have +1 ops on everything this turn. Now, if he has... Okay, no. If he had defectors, which is possible, because we don't have it in our hand. I don't think it's discarded. And I don't know if there's a way to sort this alphabetically instead of numerically or whatever. But yeah, theoretically, he may be primed it to cancel it, but hardly would have been the end of the world. So puppet government lets him put 3? Yeah, 3, like 1 influence in 3 countries that have no control otherwise. Which is going to be very good for the scoring down in these areas. Very, 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 very good. Free coup. Okay, free coup doesn't change the DEFCON. So we need to do a proper coup first. Now, the fact that he played here makes me think maybe he's got the South America scoring card. I think we're just going to play this card for ops, or for maybe a coup. Let's coup Brazil with this. Because non-battleground, I mean, there might be some. We could do Colombia, but it's not going to be that much. Yeah, I'm going to coup Brazil, which should be very highly successful. Drops the DEFCON, gives us protection. Yeah, we're locked into Brazil now. Like, hardcore. And that's going to give us the ability to spread the communist love over here. And communism are red, hearts are red, communism is love. That's the way it works, right? I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, if he's got the Africa scoring card right now, he could score it for big points. Muslim Revolution, okay. So he's gonna get 4 ops out of this, which is pretty huge. Wait, what? What happened? Wait, I'm very confused. How did this event not trigger? So he played this, which should have done this. Remove all U.S. influence in 2 of the following countries. I would get to choose. And it didn't ask me. Let's get... Was there something else loaded? I'm clearly missing something. That's obvious. I must be. Why didn't this give me an opportunity? Because he played it for his points. He didn't play it with UN intervention. Was there something else blocking? Frack! I'm probably gonna have to, like, I won't know the answer, I think, until I just rewatch the last couple of minutes of video. Because I'm sure there's something I've missed here, because I don't think that's just a bug. He's America. He plays this, which should trigger this. All U.S. influence. If there was only 2 countries with it, it might not have needed to ask me, but it didn't go at all. It's not blocked by this. There must have been some other event in here that blocked it? And I know there is one. Well, I think there is one, but I don't think it's any one of these. Crap! All right, well, I'm going to keep going, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we need to run socialist governments for the event or anything like that. Europe has been scored. I would like to still, like, mess around with here a little bit, but that's not what we're looking for. We need to challenge things here. DEFCON's there, so we're not going to do that. What about a realignment? He would get +2 to his roll. I would only get the +1 on Angola. That's not really the path to success. Although he's competing here rather than really... I mean, he's already got domination, so that might be part of it, but I'm wondering if I should get a little more rolling. I think what I have to do is I have to play this for influence. And... do we just break Venezuela here, actually? Maybe. And then do this so we can't get back easily. Because the alternative... I play just a baby card. Like, what if I just play Lone Gunman? For the event. Although, if I don't play it for the event, it's just going to stick around. So I just play it for influence. Just to get to Uruguay. So then, on my next turn, I can put influence in Argentina. Alternatively, we could do something similar in Africa. Actually, just getting a point of influence in France so I can go down to Algeria. Maybe I will spend more. Place influence. We'll put one in France so we can go down to Algeria. I'll put one in Uruguay so I can go down there. Oh yeah, my ops have +1. I forgot about that. So I could still break Venezuela right now. I could go and get control over Uruguay. But either way, it's fairly coolable, and it's not a battleground state. Let's get Cuba back, actually. I like that. Do I go into Cameroon? It could be couped, but it also... well, what else does it do for us? Not that much, really. Asia's gone. Alright, I'm going to get the second one over here. He doesn't have any mil-op points yet. So he is going to be fairly highly incentivized to coup a non-battleground country, I guess. I may have just given him the sweet spot to do it. At least it's a 2 and not a 1. Okay, playing it for influence. He's got Algeria now. Which is a good play, because it's sort of blocking me from France, because it'd be double cost to do that. He's very much solidifying here. I want to play containment kind of as my last play this round. I think I'm going to play this for the event. Two anywhere. Well, let's put 2 in Mexico. It's next to USA, so it gets an extra point, which is good. And then it's a free coup. So when it says free, it doesn't change the DEFCON. I thought... isn't that one of the things with the word free? Is it doesn't change the DEFCON value? And doesn't give you mil-ops. Okay, this is not giving me mil-ops, but apparently it's still going to degrade the DEFCON, which I didn't think that was the case. Alright, we'll just hit Colombia then. Okay. Well, this game is full of misunderstandings from me today. Full of it! 10 points. Too bad I don't have the scoring card for that. If we did grab Argentina, then we would have gotten domination here, but this is okay. Alright, here's the China card. Influence, is it all going to be in Asia? No. Okay, he broke Cuba and broke Mexico, which is expensive for him. And it's a lot less expensive for me to just say something like, hey, I'm going to place influence and go here and here. Boom. So he spent 4, I spent 2, and I still have a point left over from the doctrine, which is lovely. I'll start on Argentina. He can't coup me out there. Oops, that's not the one I want to click on. I want to click on this one. Yeah, so I have 3 more plays left. Containment, ideally the last one. I think I'd rather not have this trigger, so I might just hold on to it. I could space it. Normally you can't. You need at least 2 ops to fling something into space, but it's worth +1 with the doctrine here. So I get a victory point. Woo. Then he gets a 3-point influence play. He's going to break Cuba and then spread it again. Okay. Place influence. I'm going to get back Cuba. Now, I could consider overprotecting these. Which I kind of like the idea of. I could overprotect Cuba and then put a point in Haiti here, just to give it a little protection from a whatever you call it, realignment. On the other hand, Haiti's fairly coolable, and he could use that as a target. I mean, there's a few other things. Oh, let's just pop here for Argentina. Okay, 1 more influence. I'm going to spread to Sudan, actually, rather than doing things here. Because then we can come down here and just prevent him from getting domination if we just have lots of countries. I mean, Battlegrounds is one thing, but just sheer number of countries is another. I mean, it's still 5 points right now if he wants to play that. But we're going to the Americas. And we're really not in much of a position to target Africa. But Willy Brandt, all right, gives me a victory point and an influence in West Germany, which puts us equal. And then you're going to go and break Mexico, which is pretty substantial. All right, 2 turns left. So I could space you, but how am I to play this for influence? Do this again. Keep this like ridiculously expensive and annoying. Do I want to just pick up Guatemala here? Not much reason to do it. How about I just overprotect Mexico, actually? I really like that idea. And then, yeah, 1 more card. I could space Panama Canal, but I think the thing to do is to play Containment last. So on the US's last action, they'll get +1 ops. But then it gets rid of an incredibly dangerous card. Which I like. Alright, special relationship. Okay, spread there and there. He might be setting up for realignment. So I could do my own something of that nature. So if we did Guatemala, we'd have even rolls, so it'd be sort of even chance to remove some stuff. I can't lose anything, so I could maybe purge Guatemala. I don't know if that's really the way to do it.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not.
Whereas I could break Angola here. I could actually flip Angola to me if I wanted to, since he can't really coup it. I could decide to overprotect it. Since he can't really coup, I could just make it difficult for him to do that. And then all of a sudden, he's dramatically nerfed in Africa. Now he's not getting any points because I have equal number of battlegrounds. Okay, not actually an equal number of battlegrounds. I'm still down 1, but... Oh, I guess Hang on. He has 1, 2... Oh, he's only at the 2. He doesn't actually have South Africa. Never mind. Okay, so we're even on battlegrounds. That's why that's working out. Now, if he has South America scoring as the last thing, or Central America is what I meant. Yeah, so we're still going to get 5 points there, which is amazing considering we didn't even have domination. And there's the military point difference. Okay, so as long as I don't screw up this game with a DEFCON suicide, not that I would ever do that, I should be okay. So this is wrapping up. We're about to start turn 5. What we're going to do is we're going to put a cut in here. Well, actually, maybe we'll go... No, we got to put a cut in here. We're going to do that. So, we're going to continue this into the mid-war. This is... Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, we're right over here. So, technically, we're not halfway through the game quite yet, but we're pretty close. Folks, thanks for watching. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.